Hey guys, Shelling here. I just thought I'd upload this quick video on an update on how the performance fixes for Xcom have come along in the last week or so. So basically Nvidia released a specific driver that was for Xcom, enabling SLI to work properly. And yesterday there was a 600 megabyte patch for Xcom as well. Now, if you guys saw my previous video, you know I was talking a little bit about the poor optimization in the game. So what I thought I'd show you in this video is how things have changed since they updated the game. Now, as usual, I've got the on-screen displays running. I've put up fraps this time in the right-hand side so you can actually see more clearly the frame rate. And if you're interested in seeing the CPU usage and memory usage and everything else, you can see that in the top left-hand corner. Now, first thing, before I load the game, if I go into options, I've set my graphics detail to the lowest detail settings available in the game. Okay, so there's no fancy effects going on. It's as low as it possibly can go. And as you know, I'm running on an i7-920 at 3.5 gigahertz and a GTX 970 in SLI. So we shall have a look. I found an interesting performance issue with the game. Let's just go ahead and load a save game here. So the first thing I'll say about the Nvidia driver is that for me at least, it improved the smoothness of moving the camera around. You may have noticed in my other video there was a massive stutter going on when I moved the camera around. That seems to be gone for the most part on this map. It seems almost stable at 60 frames a second. Now what I will say though is on maximum detail, with everything as high as it can go, it still stays at 60 when I am moving the camera around. Yes, it is on low detail now, as I mentioned earlier, but on high detail or maximum detail, it makes absolutely no difference. It stays at a solid 60. So that's great to see that. And then Firaxis patched the game yesterday. They said that they improved the texture streaming, so there was going to be less spikes in the frame rate. And for the most part, yes, it has improved, but it's not entirely gone. Here's an example. If I click on this guy and I'm moving up here, you can watch the frame rate. You'll see that as he starts moving, the frame rate drops significantly. Now, another thing that I noticed about the game is the moment you go on to throw a grenade, you can see here now the frame rate is a solid 60. And this is the reason why I've put it to low detail, just to demonstrate that it's got nothing to do with the level of fidelity settings in the game. Okay, so you can see for the most part the frame rate is 60 here. And you can see that the frame timing is sitting at more or less what it should be, 16 milliseconds or so, maybe up to 20, depending on what's happening. Now there you can see the frame rate is okay. It's dropped a few frames, but depending on where I put this thing, you can see over here it's dropping to 30. Let's see, that's fine. There we go. Dropping to 22, and you can see the frame time is 42, 43 milliseconds. If I find the exact right spot for this. Okay, there we go. And we have it at 6 frames a second with 153 milliseconds. Yeah. So there's obviously some kind of optimization issue going on with the grenade overlay. I mean, this is ridiculous. And yes, as I said earlier in the video many times now, this is the lowest possible detail settings in the game. Now, obviously, you're not permanently throwing grenades, so this is only affects you when you're trying to throw a grenade. But it's a bit disconcerting. It's a bit jarring, to be honest. 9 frames a second, 103 milliseconds frame time. Yeah. So this game still needs work. Hopefully, they're going to sort this kind of thing out in the next patch. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys, this is what you can expect, at least. I know not all of you are having these problems. I was super excited, hoping they would get this sorted after the driver and the patch, but apparently not. And again, as I said in my other video, this is a very small map. This is not even a big map yet. I dread to think what's going to happen when you get to the larger sections of the game. You know, a lot of people have said that because this is XCOM, it doesn't actually matter what your frame rate is, since it's a turn-based game. But the representation of everything you do in the game, including the entire interface, your camera, your movement, your units animating, your shooting, all the special effects, all of that is represented in real-time 3D. And when the frame rate is jarring and dropping all over the place, it makes for a very uneven experience, and in my personal opinion makes it much less enjoyable. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to update you guys with that. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the section below, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm Xiaoling, and in today's video, I'll be reviewing Firewatch. As with many people, I don't really like the numbering system used for reviews, so you won't find me categorizing games in that way. This is Bandit. Bandit works for GSG-9. Bandit has batteries that electrify fortifications, barbed wire, and deployable shields.